Let's continue our work solving some of the worksheets that have been created for formatting in Excel. Let's change our tabs to this tab, which has a multiplication table that we want to change to look like the sample provided. In the sample, notice that all of the cells have borders around them, but the column headings and the row headings have a thicker border, as well as the column and the values in the column heading and row heading are also bold and blue. Let's see if we can do that or make those changes to match our table of numbers or table of values. First thing I'm going to do is change the values to be blue and bold. So I can click on blue and bold in the toolbar. I'm also going to take advantage of the Format Painter by selecting one of the values that I've formatted. I can click Format Painter, drag down, and copy that format here. So that is done. Now to put borders around all these cells, I'll simply select the range of cells and go to my Borders tool and use the All Borders function. And all my cells do have borders. But I also, since this range of cells is still selected, I can go back and change this to be thick borders. So now I have a thick border around all my cells. If I select away, we should be able to see that. Then the last steps I'll do would simply be to select the column of headings and change that to thick border, because that's the default setting for borders, and again for the column headings. And it's almost done. The last thing I need to do is to set the width of each of these rows to be 4. Now I can do that by grabbing the border and drag it over, and you can see the counter, the width's changing down to, there's 4. But that would take a while. The more efficient way would be to select this range of columns, right-click inside one of the column headings, and change the column widths for all of them to become 4. So now my project is done. The next set, or the next worksheet that we'll look at, is worksheet on series. Microsoft has done an excellent job in considering the common things that people would tend to do with series of words or numbers. In this case, the exercise is to create 2 weeks worth of days of the week. We'll type in Sunday. Select that cell. Notice this little box in the corner, in the lower right-hand corner. If I put my mouse over that, it creates an icon that looks like a plus. With that tool there, I can select that box, drag it across 2 weeks worth. There we are, and the series of each day of the week has been created. I can also do that for numbers. I'll start out with a simple pattern of, say, 35 to 40. Now I've created 2 numbers in succession, and if I select that range of cells, Microsoft will recognize the pattern of counting by 5s from 35, and if I continue the series or complete the series by grabbing this square in the lower right-hand corner, you can see we count by 5s. Now, I've done a little bit more than the exercise required, but you get the gist. Well, that should conclude the second part of formatting.